Alright, so we're on the fourth integral on Jim Coroneos' list of 100 integrals. And the integral that we are given today is the integral of sine of x multiplied by the cosine cube of x, in which that integrand is being integrated with respect to x, okay? And let's call this integral I, right? Call it I because sometimes we have to do something on the side, and in order to restate the original integral, instead of having to write the whole integral, let's just call it I, so it's just easier to write, okay? And in fact, I want to write this integral in a slightly different way. It might not seem like much, but you'll see. So once again, I is equal to the integral of sine of x. Sorry, that's not what I was meant to write. I was meant to write it as the integral of cosine cube of x multiplied by sine of x. And this is all integrated with respect to x. Now, why do I do that? I'm sure you've done a bunch of trigonometric integrals before, and when we have integrals like this, this really involves u-substitution, right? The question is, what do we let u equal to, right? And usually, usually when we have integrals like this, we usually let u be the trigonometric function in the integrand, be the one with the highest power, the highest degree, alright? And so we're gonna let u be cosine of x, right? So we're gonna do u substitution, right? So let u be equal to cosine of x. So when we take the derivative, so therefore du on dx equals to the negative sine of x, right? And that's a derivative rule that you must know. And if we treat the differential dx as a number or a term, we will multiply the differential dx on both sides. So we're going to get du is equal to the negative sine of x multiplied by the differential dx. And we're almost close, right? We can see that in the integral we have sine of x multiplied by dx, but in here we have a negative sign in the front. And to get rid of the negative sign, I'm going to multiply minus 1 to both sides in this equation. So we're going to have minus du equals minus times minus sine of x multiplied by dx. And because we have a double negative, I'm going to rewrite this as a positive sine of x dx. It's going to be positive sine of x dx. And I mean, it's a pretty standard u substitution, so we can rewrite this integral as using the u substitution. We let u be cosine of x, so this cosine cube of x becomes u cubed, and that's going to be multiplied by sine of x dx, which we found to be negative du times negative du. Negative is a constant, right? Negative 1. Now negative 1 we can take out to the front of the integral, which is an equivalent statement, and that becomes negative 1 multiplied by the integral of u cubed integrated with respect to u. And from here it's just really a simple integration. So it'll be minus times the it'll be u, and then we're going to raise the power by 1, turns into 4, degree 4, and we're going to multiply, we're going to divide by the new power, which is 4. And then we're going to add the constant of integration. But of course, with any u substitution, we have to replace u back with what we originally intended it to be, right? And we originally made u as cosine of x, so we're going to substitute that back in, and that's going to be cosine x to the power 4 on 4 plus a constant of integration c. And yeah, that's the end of the question.